a job well done, providing so much pressure on this front line. But now CMO will be able to wrap that offensive on up, at least on the right side. Will he be able to do more than that? I don't think so. That's going to be flat on their behalf. And Luminous Sea looking pretty good right now. Or sorry, not Luminous Sea. Lowkey.
It looks like we had some technical issues there, but we are back now, and everyone can fully see this beautiful gameplay we have going on here.
At the 15-point marker already, heck, this might be a game and set that's already done just like that, but as soon as we say that, it looks like Seafood Sorbet finally able to get a grasp on where they are right now. On a defensive end at least, but it's a 2v2 towards the middle. Misa here looking awfully threatening. You don't want to be in a 2v2 or 1v1 with Misa for sure. Here hiding around, using his subs whenever appropriate, and just spam greening wherever possible. But oh my goodness, how did they get burst there? I barely
Misa's
able to get that shot.
Spooky, just in general. Misa's always been spooky.
Spooky as well as the rest of the Lowkey roster. That's going to be the game for them. 1-0 lead for Lowkey, just like that, and that was a quick and decisive one. Not nearly as close as we might have expected it to be. So game one, we'll wrap up just like that. Misa, of course, is by default just going to lead the charge there. And the low Ks from Seafood Sorbet just seems to indicate they just weren't able to win their 1v1s and straight up team fights there. So eyes on Seafood Sorbet to be able to respond here. Map 2 coming up will be game 2 on Makomar for Rainmaker. And this is a nice balanced one, I think, for Seafood Sorbet to maybe recover on, right?
Yeah, well, Makomar in general I find fairly balanced. It has no real favor for long or short range weapons, and there's a lot of options available for both of those different ranges in order to come in and in order to take control of whatever they need to take control of. Here we have Rainmaker, so getting a long range weapon up on, there's like 4 or 5 different perches they can be on to help.
We'll have to see if they make use of all those perches.
I mean, we can see if Lowkey continues not running a full backline. This is a good map to do that on.
Well, Lowkey is, they're smart blokes, right? I feel like, I feel like they're if we had to peg any team here to be the ones kind of adapting to map modes and changing weapons on the fly, it would probably be them.
Yeah.
Let's go ahead and see if they do that. No. I don't think we saw that. Well, I mean, we see some light there.
Explosion instead of rapid.
That will be the most significant change. Arashi, of course, still sticking with the Julie's class, but changing it up a little bit at least. The one here with that explosion might be the only significant change, and unfortunately for him, will be going down just like that. Seafood Sorbet able to get a nice jump start here. Will they be able to pick it up even further and push it into the opponent base? The answer might be yes, but the slam dunk from Misa will be able to end it to the 54-point mark quick there. I need to watch out. But we'll be able to survive just a second longer with that ball, and maybe pave ahead of path for his team there. They do have the Rainmaker, is able to splat out Arashi, and maybe even get the double there. That is a trade, that is the Rainmaker going down, but all the way at the 34-point marker, and not even 45 seconds before that happens.
Yeah, there was a 2v2 there at the end, which is a good time for Seafood Sorbet to back up and hold command. That push is near finished, and it looks like they made the good choice there. There's still 4 up on either team. That slipped through there for one, though.
But the slosher just barely. And Birch, at least the ball point, able to put on some damage. Nicely done on Birch's positioning to be able to make sure they weren't in the range of fire from that instead as well. Unable to at least stop this push for now and calm things, hopefully, going forward. They're not going to, of course, get that Rainmaker before ensuring that they have at least control of the immediate area in front of them.
It's very smart, very smart. Too many pushes are cut down early by just not properly checking your surroundings, especially with a Sharker like Misa.
Oh, Misa, yeah, he's big fan of those aquatic animals. Rainmaker still patiently being pushed up the middle, is able to effectively get a painted path in front of them and takes it up the same path they used to get that 34-point lead. Will they be able to follow it up with more? CMO able to get that baller onto somewhere, but will it be where they need it to? Quake not exactly able to lead the path there. That is going to be loss of Rainmaker, but if nothing else, able to force it into the opponent's third. And still plenty of fight happening here. 2v2 in the middle. Now 2v1, 3v1. Okay, this will be Lowkey's fight to win for now. But as they say, offense oftentimes being the best defense, and Lowkey will have to find where they picked up off last and really try hard to get back to that point.
Absolutely. This bucket's positioning over here, just launching over the sides of these boxes, is a great place for him to be.
Unfortunately, will that be enough? The answer might seem to be no for now. CMO with that Slosher Gecko able to help get that Rainmaker burst, eliminate a couple of enemies in the process, and seem to have an open path to the left, but they don't want to take any bait here. Maybe taking a baller up towards the right side, or at least getting rid of a couple other folk. Maybe splitting up the attention of where that range push really does go, but no, Misa with that play, able to get the quick double. Splashdown does come out, but does get taken out. It's a back and forth, Lily, and honestly, this Rainmaker is not moving too much further than where it did in the first opening minute.
Yeah, and grabbing that and pulling that back was smart. If they had lived, not just the Rainmaker, but if the team in general had lived, they would have had that in a better position to move forward, but either way, it doesn't give Seafood Sorbet any advantage.
Yeah, it really doesn't. So we'll see here. The one in a decent enough position to spot out the Inkjet as well as another marked player. We'll be able to at least corner them, and that, intimidating 2v1, now 3v1 at this point, and that's going to force the super jump back accordingly. The one is going to go ahead and call it. Yep, has the ball. Let's go ahead and get our forces moving here. Do have enough room to be able to keep things going, but will it be enough to get rid of this player on top of this perch? Answer is no for now with less than a minute left to go. But this push is going. Will it be enough? It will be enough just barely before the Rainmaker is taken out.
Right in. Oh my.
That might be crucial. That might be key. Biscuit there, of course, able to help get the assist, but it's a little bit too late. It's a 2-point deficit with that Rainmaker. And of course, 2 points is nothing with a Rainmaker. You can maybe breathe a little bit in one direction.
Just on your way, sneeze, and then they're done.
What? 26 seconds left to go on this one. It's going to be a little bit difficult, but they've gotten rid of Misa, who is one of the more notable threats, sharking around in often plenty of defensive measures to be able to make sure that Rainmaker doesn't get taken out. But Misa should be back by now. Jared in a great place as well with that ink that does have good vantage point of at least 2 players. Will you be able to hit your shots? Yes, that is 1 biscuit down. That is a crucial kill, 2 down, and that should be the game. Rainmaker,
that was an unfortunate time for the Rainmaker to reset. You never want to see a reset in the last 10 seconds.
And the Vortex for Seafood Sorbet, that's going to be the Rainmaker reset at the worst time as you're talking about. So, 2-0. It's a best of 7 again. Plenty of room to be able to come back, make some moves, make some decisions, and change things up. You might notice even the kill death was still in a lot of the favor of Seafood Sorbet, but even with that, still not enough, as of course you got to focus on that Rainmaker. So what's the next map we're going to be seeing here, Lily? It should be Clan Blitz and Arowana, correct?
It sure is. My least favorite Clan Blitz map.
So by default, you're
second least favorite.
Where is the first one?
Oh, my absolute least favorite is Triggerfish.
Really? Okay. Interesting.
They both favor long range weapons. If you get a Hydra set up in the perfect place, it's just impossible to get through.
So we'll see if this plays in the advantage at all of Seafood Sorbet. Are you familiar at all, being quote unquote rivals with Seafood Sorbet? Do they are they at all adept with Clan Blitz in particular?
I'm not sure on that part, but we have seen them playing the longer range picks out of the 2 teams here, which will give them definite advantage on Arowana.
Okay. Interesting enough. The one when his options, the only one really to change their weapon significantly at least between games. We'll see if that continues again here on Arowana. Might just off to stay this late splasher, but we'll see. Map loading, game 3 between our two teams here in this best of 7 grand finals. And yep, the one going back to the tried and trusted Biscuit, moving to the Rapid Blaster as well.
Hydro to Misa.
Okay, we're seeing a good bit of changes here. Birch also with the umbrella picks here, so this will be an interesting one to say the least. Both teams that really didn't feel like they were going to be too comfortable, or at least didn't care enough to change up their compositions enough. Both changing their compositions rather radically here, and appropriately so. I mean, that Hydro Splatling will be a threat down the narrow confines of this arrow on them, of the arrow on them all, as it always is. That 10 umbrella from Birch, though, is going to get the early splat here, and still a little bit of back and forth in the middle of the map in the opening 40 seconds.
Honestly, the 10 umbrella pick from both sides is going to be a good matchup. I'm interested to see how they play against each other.
Yeah,
because everyone knows the one is good with umbrellas, but I don't know that I've ever seen Birch play umbrella.
Is able to deploy that umbrella at least a little bit, but before realizing Splatwall probably beats me out on this one. He's going to be able to put that one a little bit further and get some offensive going with the bubbles as well. They're going to be able to go through those flat walls and at least help get some hit markers. But my goodness, that hammer coming out and not messing around at all. It will be the bubble coming out now on behalf of not TP Sorbet, but Lowkey. And the one just absolutely dunked on 3 members on Seafood Sorbet with that. And you were talking about the matchup between the two Brellas. I think it's rather clear, at least in the opening phases of this game, which Brella might be the more depth one. But we'll have to see if they're able to recover from this one. I mean, still, look at the objective. All of this is for literally nothing, as we're still at 100 to 100 here.
Yeah, and 2 minutes in, there's a lot of stalemate, and this map typically goes that way. There's just a lot of stalemate in these maps that favor long-range weapons. This might be their time for a push, though. Never mind.
Jeez, okay.
CMO like coming in from behind.
It seemed like the one might have gotten something, but CMO had his number. That's fine. It looks like, though, we will see at least one CMO here in the middle, trying to gauge and manage these players and how they're playing around their footballs. At least one football will be taken out by the one here. Jared is trying to gauge, I mean, maybe with the rest of their team, if they can get it, they will. And still plenty of opportunity to make an opening strike here. 2 minutes, we're the halfway mark in the game. And still nothing of note as of yet. But the one, my goodness.
Sharky.
Not quite getting onto as many people yet, but still opening a path. And this is great. They don't have clams just as of yet, but if they were able to get the clams needed, they could super jump. No, on the other side of the map. Yeah. Complete offensive from Seafood Sorbet.
Unfortunately, got a little bit too far with the team and looking to pull off some kind of cheeky maneuver, but unable to in that moment.
Ooh, and still clams coming in. 6 clams still available. Quake holding onto it, but it was going to get caught out. And against their better judgment, you're just going to super jump back to your teammate and call it a day. 41 points, not bad, especially for a game that took a while getting their points on the board. And what might be finally Seafood Sorbet's answer to everything that's happened so far. We haven't seen that really as of yet until now. These are going to opt to super jump their way to the field goal. Maybe take the death, maybe not. Maybe able to stay alive for a little bit longer with that Hydro Splatling. And this is a massive comeback we wouldn't have expected seeing the first 3 minutes of the game. But so far, all engines are a go. Nope, there's only 3 clams left to go. This won't be enough to tie it up, unfortunately, for them, but can they recover and get any more? The answer will probably be no as of now. No, that's the football coming. No, but they miss.
Slightly too far away.
Oh my goodness, no. That could have been the single point objective. This is a single move to wrap up this, really most of this tournament. I mean, sure, it's a best of 7, but that could have been it. And unfortunately, the miss, unfortunately, just too far away from the field goal. It will mean Seafood Sorbet is holding on to this and might just have to hold on to this for 45 more seconds longer. Can we play defense for as long? Biscuit here is in a good position to maybe say, hey, offense might be the way to prescribe that defense, with a total of 26 clams on the board for them.
Absolutely. There's 20 seconds left in the game. They're gonna have to pull something off here. It's getting a little tight.
15 seconds. Time is ticking down, and moves have to be made, but no side really wanting to pull the trigger on either behalf. I can imagine Seafood Sorbet is looking out for any players looking to try to get a super jump in close to the zone, but is it too late? 3 seconds? 2 seconds? It might be. We will move to overtime, but with the baller, they're able to finally get the needed push to actually get that football into the barrier, but they still have the penalty to wind down. Only one member left remaining. It's a rushing by themselves. How in the heck, when you're surrounded by 3 players from the opposing team, all your players are down, and all you're doing is pressing the A button, not even firing, and somehow able to come out on top in a game where they really shouldn't have.
Honestly, though, that was looking really good for Seafood Sorbet right up until that last 10 seconds.
So, 3-0. Apparently.
Apparently.
Is apparently what we have here. Game 4, Seafood Sorbet will have to do what not many people have done in the past before, which is a reverse sweep and a best of 7.
I believe.
I don't, but you know, I'm glad you do.
Come on now. Come on. Believe.
Splatoon's on Skipper, huh? And you're, I guess I could.
Seafood Sorbet on it.
That Seafood Sorbet on it. Okay. You know, I'm convinced they won the set. Reverse sweep incoming. So, where were we? We will be making sure that we get in this match underway. Again, the one is the last one to be considering that weapon composition before getting into game 4, but it's looking pretty good for Lowkey to be able to wrap this one up. And what is probably Lowkey's road to Genesis 6, this, I believe, if I'm not mistaken, is their kind of first bout as a team together. And so surely, especially with Ghost Gaming in the picture and a lot of other talented folk, that LAN is looking like their first time to really prove themselves on a big stage. And we'll have to see Seafood Sorbet, are they able to hold up with that kind of contest? Misa now is reconsidering options, Biscuit as well. CLNO as well, apparently. Nope, never mind. We're chilling. And now Misa maybe deciding between, do I really want to stay with this Hydra?
On this map, it's honestly not a bad pick. You plant a Hydra down on that bottom plat and just overlook zone. It's so hard to dislodge.
It's imposing. It certainly is. And let's see. Right now, Misa, nope, gonna opt for the roller this time around. And look, if there's going to be any roller to do it, it's probably going to be Misa. So that's fine.
It's true.
In the meantime, though, Seafood Sorbet going back to their kind of default comp that we noticed a lot before. And in a good position in the middle of least to start a fight here and there, but they will be split up, Birch and Biscuit, and now caught off on their own. Have to regroup together to make sure that they can get into a fight together. One member down on behalf of Lowkey Splatoon, Biscuit towards the inflatables in the middle, and trying to shrug out for any incoming Lowkey members, as they have been able to take the lead so far. Job well done to them to be able to secure the opening bits of the tournament. But Arashi, that ink armor, of course, is
going for a dip.
Yeah.
I was honestly surprised a little bit by Seafood Sorbet. There are a couple of their members not going to help paint zone, but it looked like they didn't need it at all. Just the coordination here and the communication between teammates is really impressive to me right now.
Yeah, this is like kind of unparalleled to what three matches we've seen right immediately before this, honestly. But that being said, Inkjet did come out.
I mean, you get sandwiched between an Inkjet shot and a splat bomb. There's not a whole lot you can do.
Yeah.
Oh.
Watching Jared. Ooh, the quick double team from out of nowhere. The dash into the middle of things. Gonna let Jared get a quick double there. Nice job there, but can they keep this going? They have a lot of control towards the bottom half of the map where the zone is now, and it will probably queue up Seafood Sorbet to approach the top of the map. It's just that it simply takes more time, but still plenty enough time to get there before their lead expires.
There absolutely is, and they have a baller right now, so honestly, the ball and the splashdown both ready to go. If you could baller down in there with everyone trying to shoot it down, splashdown to the baller,
I like it though. They played patiently,
Yeah.
made sure to wait for
Should
all
look
of
at
their
that.
players to get in.
The
Black
thing I
jump?
just said.
Yep. Baller does come out towards Biscuit, and Biscuit now caught off maybe on their own, almost jumping and dunking onto Rossi. That would have been something, but the Gugas come out on top, and now that should be the game. Maybe the tournament.
Oh,
Wait, what just happened? Two members
oh,
taken out
a
by
fizzy
seemingly nothing.
bomb.
That will be the game. The Fizzy Bomb able to clutch it out and make sure Seafood Sorbet does not get a say in that one. GG, says Lowkey, as they are able to take this one by the score of 4-0 and the clean sweep. Congratulations to them for taking this Saturday morning top.